Cool. What is up, guitar legends? Sam Wild here. We're looking at One Direction song today. Now, I did make a video of this already, but I wanted to update it because I didn't teach it very well. And now we have a play along that I've made at the end of the video. So let's go straight into the intro, the first part of the song. We'll work our way through. You have 4 chords for this whole song. We've got E, pause the video if you need to practice this, then A sus. Now make sure you use fingers 3 and 4 for A sus, because we're gonna slide it up for the next chord, which is B, like a B sus chord here. You can play B major, but it's just more strenuous on the wrist, it's difficult to change to, so just keep the open B, the open E, much easier. Try and block the low E string with your middle finger. You just rest it on the E string so it can't play. And then the last chord, we slide it up 2 frets, we get C sharp minor. And as an option, you can add the middle finger to B5 here to double up the E note. But you don't have to, you can take that off. Still sounds good. Alright, let's have a look at the intro. We have E, E, A, A, B. We're going to use this rhythm for the verse part as well, but let's just try and practice this intro first, just so we have the foundations of this rhythm covered. Now, the first thing to realize is the chords are short. I'm not making them long, so they're not like this. They're short. So the way to do this is you do some finger bouncing. So when they're pushed in, they're going to ring. But as soon as I release them, it stops, right? So that's how you keep it short. But also, this right hand can cut off the string. You just bring the side in. You just do a little twist. So I'm doing 2 things here. I'm finger bouncing and I'm using my right hand, because then you know that it's going to be very tidy. Now, for this intro, have a look at the counting here. We're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's important that you strum on the right place if you really want to lock in with the song. So we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So just take your time with this, go really slowly with it and just kind of count along as you do it. You can do it this slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Now the hard part about this is you have to change quite quickly sometimes. If you find it too hard, then just miss out those quick ones. So you could play dun 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 dun. You can just miss out some strums if you want to make it easier for yourself. It still sounds fine. Alright, now we're on to the verse, which is the same as the intro, but we're kind of extending that first part. It happens 3 times now instead of once, and the last part still happens once. So with the lyrics, just so you know what I mean, we have you're insecure, don't know what for, turning heads when you walk through the door, don't need makeup to cover up, being the way that you are is enough. So only on the last one do we have that. Okay, now the other thing you can do in the verse is, if you want, this is an option, you can slap on the guitar on beats 2 and 4. So you go 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3. Now this is quite difficult. The way I do this to make it easy for myself, especially if you want to sing at the same time, keep the hand moving to the 8th note beat. Like this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. It doesn't mean you have to hit the strings every time, but it means that you're going to have a better pulse for the whole song. that I'm moving constantly 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and dun, 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 dun. Okay, for me that helps. It's still difficult. It's not like that makes it easy, but it just helps your brain cope with it a little bit better. All right, after the verse we have the pre-chorus, don't we? So we have everyone else in the room can see it, everyone else but you. So now we're gonna have to use our C sharp minor shape for the first time, but we're also gonna keep the chords long. So we don't want them short anymore, we want them long. So we're gonna play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's quite a big jump up from the A sus, shooting up to C sharp minor there. All right, so really, you can almost be moving up as you do that last down on the A sus. And watch what my hand's doing. I'm still going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I still kind of keep it moving. You can even get some really quiet in between strums as well. Okay, just so you feel the space a little bit more. But if you want to keep it simple, just do it as it's written here. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. You can see it, everyone else but you. So you kind of cut off the strings there. Everyone else but you. Just so you really understand how we're going to go into the chorus here, let me just sing this for you. So we have everyone else in the room can see it, everyone else but you. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. Alright, so there's that gap. Everyone else but you. Baby, you light up. So you notice we don't play C sharp minor or B for that second line in the pre-chorus. For those of you that want to take your playing to the next level, make sure you sign up to my premium membership website. You'll gain access to all my backing tracks, all of my lessons, and I'll teach you how to improvise, solo, and play advanced chords. Enjoy the rest of your lesson, guys. All right, on to the chorus. Now the chorus has 2 parts. All right, let's look at part 1. Part 1 is going to be short, but it's not quite as short as the verse. It's still. So it only cuts off when the drum has the snare hit there. Now for this, even if you're a beginner, I recommend adding in this tap here, because it actually kind of helps with the rhythm part. So we're going to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, now don't worry about the slap yet, but you are going to have to cut off the strings anyway by coming in. So for B we're playing down, down, down. There's 3 there. Alright, but the rest was just like the verse. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and bong, bong, bong. Alright. Now we do this a little bit twice, so we go, baby, you light up my world like nobody else. And again, flip your head, gets me overwhelmed, but when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. So this time, instead of B, 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 we're going to play C sharp B. Okay, so that's on the 3rd time. Then for the 4th line, we just play E once. You don't know, oh, oh, you don't know you're beautiful. Only you saw what I can see. Then we get into part 2. So let's just play all of part 1 quickly, just so you really understand this. Play with me if you want, or just listen. So we have a 1, 2, 3, baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed, but when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know, oh, oh, you don't know you're beautiful. And so on, right? Now you can add those slaps in on beats 2 and 4 again if you want. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 you're beautiful. Part 2 of the chorus, we're gonna strum down, 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 down. So you hear I emphasize the numbers, and then on the ands, the pluses, we have quiet. So we go loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet. Right? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and you do that for this second part. Makes you beautiful. Alright, so to begin with, it's similar to part 1 in where we change chords. So we're going to play E, A, B, E, A, B. But then the third line, as before, we're going to need a C sharp minor. So just be careful with this bit. You might emphasize slightly differently. You follow the vocals a bit more on this third line. So it goes, right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe. So I emphasize that change, which takes you off beat a little bit. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe. So I copy the words, can't believe. Bum, 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 bum. Again, for this fourth line, we're going to kind of follow the words on the C sharp minor. So A and E is always the same. You don't know, oh, oh. That's the same, really simple. It's this bit. You don't know you're beautiful. Bum, 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 bum. You don't know you're beautiful. I even bring the hand in between those on the B, just to kind of give it more impact. Ba, ba, ba. You don't have to, you can just play. Keep it long if you want. Oh, oh. Now, the second time we do that, you don't know you're beautiful, there's no C sharp minor. So it goes, you don't know, oh, oh, that's what makes you beautiful. Right, it misses out the C sharp minor on the last time. Alright, this might be getting a little hard to remember, so let's just go over all of part 2 just so you can see it all as one and you really get this. So we're going to go from if only you saw what I can see. We'll do that part. 1, 2, 3, 4. If only you saw what I can see, you'd understand why I want you so desperately. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe you don't know. Oh, oh, you don't know you're beautiful. Oh, oh, that's what makes you beautiful. Okay, then we have this tiny little gap here that takes us into the second verse. We're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Dun, 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 dun. Now I don't add slaps on this tiny little bit here, I just leave it as chords. So come on, you got it wrong. But then, when it comes into second verse, I add the hits back in. Phew, alright guys, you've pretty much learned the whole song, so amazing work for getting this far. I know you're thinking, wait, we've only done the first chorus. Well now, all we do is we do another verse, we do another pre-chorus and another chorus, right? Then we get to this kind of little interlude bit where it goes na 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 na, and then there's a little bridge. So let's work on those parts now. Alright, so for the na 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 part, we're actually going to play E, E, A, A, D, E, B, B, E, E, A, A, C, B. So it you can see it changes slightly on where the chord comes in. Right, the rhythm's the same. E, E, A, A. So the E and the A is always the same, the whole song, right? Which is great. But it's the C sharp, the B that's different. So the first time it goes bum, 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 bum. Second time we're going to go bum, 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 bum. It just changes to B sooner the second time, right? And we actually do this whole thing twice, okay? Now, if you want, you can keep a little bit more momentum. So whilst you are emphasizing these downs here, you can also have in-between strums. So we can go. So these are the quiet strums in between. That's all it is in between, right? So I'm constantly going dun 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 dun, but you emphasize the rhythms I've shown you here. Okay, now we get to the bridge. So for the bridge, nice and simple, we just strum A once, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2, 3, 4, then. Where gets me overwhelmed, but when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know, oh, you don't know you're beautiful and funny. Okay, into the final chorus. Right, now if you want to make it a little more interesting, you can kind of go. Strum the E and the B string as well. Alright, this gives it a bit more something. On the third time, C sharp minor. Then we have this weird chord, which to me doesn't make any sense. And I listened to it very, very, very carefully several times because I just couldn't believe that they put this chord in there and didn't change the vocals to match it. But hey ho, it kind of works. We have this F sharp major chord, right? Now you can play it with the thumb. You can miss out the bass note if that's easier for you. Right? I just play a bar chord and I build it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, if only so. Right, then we go into a chorus. To try and play this bridge with me, baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed, but when you smile at the ground, it's hard to tell. Then up, oh, you don't know you're beautiful. Alright, all we do is go into another chorus now, alright, but we are going to skip straight into part 2 of the chorus, so we go into that loud part, right? Nobody else, the way that you flip your hair gets me over. So I'm straight into the busy strumming. Now, even though we're in part 2, we're going to have to cut it short to repeat the chorus, right? So just bear that in mind when you get to the play along coming up soon. If you're like, whoa, what's going on there? It is part 2, but it cuts off. So it has, you don't know you're beautiful if, and it repeats from there. The other thing to watch out for is right at the end of the song, we have several of these. Bum, 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 bum. You don't know you're beautiful. It happens several times. So let's just go over that. So this is the very last chorus, all right? So let me just show you what this is. It goes, if only you saw what I can see, you understand why I want you so desperately. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe this part. Oh, you don't know you're beautiful. You don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. Alright guys, that is everything. You are ready to try the play along, which is coming up. Remember, to learn this song as fast as possible, you need to practice the parts that you struggle with. As soon as you've got the chorus or the intro, whatever, don't keep playing that part, play the other parts, alright? If you found this video, please give it a like, make sure you subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon too, so you get notified for new videos. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4.